It's Wednesday night, just past 8. Time to put our rugby nerds to the test once again. This is Pool C of the Ultimate Rugby Quiz. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to those following us on YouTube and Twitter or our Facebook page to the Ultimate Rugby Quiz. My name is Richard, and this is Pool C, which was, after our draw, seen as the pool of death in this year's competition. I'm not going to waste any time. Let's get straight into the action and bring our competitors into our studio. First up, all the way from Cape Town, he's got the apple cart and he's ready to upset it tonight. It's Basil. How's it, Basil?
Lekker.
Great. Thanks for joining us. Next, underestimate him at your own peril. This is Devin Beryl. How's it, Devin?
Hi, Richard.
How's it? Thanks for joining us this evening. Up next, a man that needs no introduction, as he was single-handedly responsible for the brandy drought on the West Rand in 2009. This is JW Kutsia. How's it, JW?
Yeah, syntax is today's syntax is also my mistake. Sorry.
Oh yes, no, I can see we know who to blame for that. Next up, he is still Zelt Marais' worst nightmare. It's Angus Opperman. How's it, Angus?
How's it, Richard? How's it, gents?
Great,
Hi.
thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. Next, a man. 2002's been a good year so far for him. 3-0 against Welsh Rugby Twitter on Twitter feuds. It's Andre Giel.
Hello everyone.
How's it, Andre?
Hello to all my fans in Wales. Hello.
How's it? Great. Thanks for joining us, gents. I see our comment section has already started as Dylan Jack, who got his place in the final last week, giving a good luck shout out to the members in Pool of Death. Right, so let's not waste any time and let's get straight into how this evening will work. So first off, we're going to have 7 rounds of rugby-based Q&A games. You players are going to score points in a similar structure as what they would in a proper rugby match. At the end of our 7 rounds, the top point scorers move forward to our final playoff round. Points will be carried forward to the last playoff round, where our match or pool winner will be crowned for the evening. Next up, last but not least, we've got some match laws that we need to cover. As in the words of Paul Williams, rugby does not have rules, it's got laws. So law number 1, banter is encouraged. We're looking at you there, Angus. Law number 2, Google at your own peril. Time will catch you out. I promise you not. If you try a Google, we're gonna move on without you. And last but not least, have a drink in close proximity. I'm talking to the brandy drinkers up there. Everybody ready, gents? Let's not waste any time. Let's play Ultimate Rugby Quiz. First up, our coin toss, which will determine our running order for the evening. So the goal of the coin toss is to get as close as possible to the correct answer. If 2 or more players end on the same answer, the one that answered its question first will be placed closest to the post. This will only determine our running order for our first kickoff game. So our coin toss question for this evening. In what position did the Jaguars end, or the Jaguares end, in their maiden Super Rugby season in 2016? Right, gents, you've got 48 seconds to decide on an answer for this one. You can see Angus got a thinking face on there, trying to get as close as possible to the post. 15 seconds. All right, and time is up. So let's see who's got closest to the post, and we'll kick off our kickoff. So we've got Devon on 14th, Angus on 13th, Basil on 16th, Andre on 15th, and also JW on with 15th. The correct answer there. We just wait for our technical difficulties to fall out there. As the correct answer is 13th, which means Angus will kick off first in our coin toss. So Angus will kick off the running order, followed by Devon, followed by JW, followed by Andre, and then we will turn around with Basil. Everybody ready? Our kickoff round. So, as you know, with kickoff, we're going to have a certain theme on this round. The goal of this kickoff round is to, as close as possible, fill in the blanks. So, our theme for the kickoff this evening: British and Irish Lions, coaches and captains. Angus already giving me a face of betrayal there to say, how could you do that? Not to worry, Angus, you get to go first. And our board is up. Remember, our top three, our golden badges are worth 7 points. The correct answer in the middle with silver ones worth 5. And our bronze at the bottom worth 3 points. So, Angus, you start us off and see which one do you want to answer first?
Let's see. 2013 to 2021. Coach.
And
Warren
the
Gatland.
Coach should be Warren Gatland. Angus off the mark with 3 points, as that is in fact Warren Gatland. Next up, Devon.
Let's go the 1989, the one for 5 points, 1989, 93, 97 coach.
And that would be?
Ian McGeechan.
Sorry about that. Just get back to our board there. 93 coach is in fact Ian McGeechan. So Devon off the board with 5 points there. JW.
Give me 2017 captain.
And that would be, you going for the golden one on top, lion number 100.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, wasn't it O'Mahony? Peter O'Mahony?
Was it Peter O'Mahony? It was Peter O'Mahony.
Okay.
7 points a day for JW. Next up, Andre Gill.
Uh, 7 points, 2005 captain, Brian O'Driscoll.
You going for cap 2005 captain on top? Are you going for Lion 70747 or Lion 6797? You said the top one.
The top one, the gold, 7 points.
Okay, and that's Brian O'Driscoll.
Yeah. No, it's not that other Irish oak. Gareth Thomas.
That was Gareth Thomas. And next up, Basil.
1997 and 2001 captains. I see him before me. Lock, black hair, World Cup champion.
This is not who am I.
And his name just eluded me. Martin Johnson.
And 97 and 2001 captain, Martin Johnson. Right, Basil, we are running reverse order, which means you get to choose next.
Okay. 2009. Hang on, just give me a sec. Yeah, 2009 captain Paul O'Connell.
Okay, so Basil going for a 3-pointer. Paul O'Connell, 2009 captain. Andre, we're back with you.
I'll take 7 points. 1993. Shot in the dark here, Will Carling.
1993. And that was Gavin Hastings. Right,
We
JW.
gotta go home.
I'll go 2001 coach Graham Henry.
2001 coach going for Graham Henry. And that's Graham Henry. Next up, Davin.
I'll go 2005 captain, O'Driscoll.
The silver, line number 697. That was O'Driscoll. Right. And
Is that when he got tackled out?
Yeah,
That when,
Amaga.
he's a very
so
Yeah.
he didn't play the last test as captain. Who was the second captain? Who was the last captain?
that was Gareth Thomas, the next captain on
Yeah,
top.
Gareth
the
Thomas took
7-pointer.
over. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
So that was the 7-pointer that got missed there, which was the later Lion was Gareth Thomas. And then last but not least, Angus, you've got 3-pointers left on that.
2013, 2017 captain Sam Warburton.
And going for Sam Warburton at the bottom. And that's Sam Warburton. Everybody leaving out the easy one, Alan Wynne-Jones at the bottom there. Right, so after the end of our first round, let's tally up the scores and see where we are standing. So, taking a lead, 2-point lead, JW on 12, followed by Davin on 10. Basil, surprisingly coming up in third place, as we said, upsetting the apple cart tonight on 8 points, followed by Angus on 6, and Andre, that went big on this round, unfortunately didn't pay off, need to get off the mark in the next round. Right, everybody get their dialogue apps ready, as our next game will be the first game in our player section. So for our player section, we start off with a fan favorite, Who Am I? So, as we know, the objective of Who Am I is to name the player. So, just a recap, we're going to give you 5 clues, all related to the same player. The points will be scored on a sliding scale based on the clue number. And any incorrect answer, so of course, will override a previous correct answer. So, if you are confident with your answer, think wisely before deciding to change up if you feel on the next clue that it's actually going to be somebody else. So, and then our point scoring system will work. Get it right on the first clue, worth 7 points. Clue number 2, 5. Clue number 3, 3. And then 2 and 1 point remaining. Everybody ready? Let's play. Who am I? Clue number 1. I got the nickname of Captain America during my playing days. And 10 seconds left to answer clue number 1 before we close it, and clue number 2 becomes available. Right, time is up, and we move on to clue number 2. So, clue number 2. I made my professional debut for North Harbour during the 2006 NPC season. Shauno Legend coming up and saying Giel winning the brandy round in the first round, or winning the brandy competition there. I think that's going to be more important for some of our players tonight. And 10 seconds left on clue number 2. I made my professional debut for North Harbour during the 2006 NPC season. And time is up, which means we move on to clue number 3. I represented the USA in 24 sevens tournaments between 2004 to 2009. Any confident gentlemen at the bottom there?
Poker.
Basil looking cool, calm and collected there.
Clueless.
I'm gonna let the poker face.
Is he brandy?
Okay, gents, still 5 seconds left on that answer, on that quick clue. And moving on, clue number 4. I made my test debut for the USA in 2003 and ended up representing them in 76 test matches.
Richard, where do we put the answer?
It's on the dialogue, so it will come up as clue number 4.
Nothing's there for me. Let me just WhatsApp it to you.
Okay, perfect, no worries. As long as we get the WhatsApp, that's fine.
Just opening WhatsApp, yeah.
Right, and moving on, clue number 5. I became the first American to play Super Rugby when I signed for the Lions in 2009. Angus looking like a very, very confident gentleman there.
I was a bit skeptical, but I think I got it. The 5-pointer.
Right, 5 seconds left, gents.
We should all be getting 7 points.
Everybody signed in. And let's see, clue number 1.
Well done.
JW Kutsia and Angus on clue number 1 going for.
Richard, I put in at clue number 1, eh?
Okay.
That's
Next up,
a-
clue number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll check on the system. I'll just check to audit it back, but I'll give you that benefit for now. Clue number 2, nobody. Clue number 3. And clue number 4, we had no answers there. And then clue number 5, Davin giving us one there. Basil, no answers there from you coming in.
I thought I did, but it wasn't correct. So
Okay.
I said Todd, but it wasn't enough.
That's fine. Okay.
Half a
Right.
point.
Yeah, Richard, I don't know what's going on here with dialogue loop because I took my answer.
Okay. I'll check on the back. I'll quickly log in on my side and check and double check it. I'll give you the benefit for that. And let's see. Our player this evening.
Well done, boys.
3 on clue number
Well
1.
done, guys.
Todd Clever. Right, so before we move on to our players round, let's quickly have a look at our scores and how that's updated. AW extending his lead slightly ever so more this round on 19. Angus creeping up into second place on 13. Davin holding on to third spot with 11. Basil on fourth with 8. And Andre making a comeback on that round on 7 points. So, back in the game, gents. And let's see from the comment section. Adrian, who's got getting some cocky there in the first runner-up position. Saying he thinks we just got clever oaks tonight. Right, so our running order for the players round is going to be JW in first place, followed by Angus, and then Davin, Basil, and we're doing the turnaround on Andre. Right, everybody ready? And our players round, just remember, before the for those that hasn't played on new games, each player is going to get a 50-22 call and an interception on across the 3 boards. So just to recap, the 50-22 call Each player is allowed one 50-22 call across the 3 boards. Once another player has used up his 22 seconds to answer a question, you can decide to take over the question and answer it for him by playing your 50-22 call. Keep in mind again, as I mentioned, 1 across all 3, so use it wisely. Then our interception. Every player is also allowed 1 interception across the 3 boards. Interceptions will be triggered on the question shown, which you can decide to take over the question and steal the points. However, keep in mind that as unsuccessful interception, your opponent, even though he did not get the opportunity to answer, will get the full points for that one. Successful, you take all the points. Everybody ready? Let's get going on our players board. JW, up first.
Give me Quagga Smith there.
JW going for Quagga Smith, a 5-pointer. So, Quagga Smith is currently signed to which Japanese club in Japan League One?
Richard, am I allowed to ask when he signed up?
This is for this season.
Oh, for this season, because I think he's been over twice.
Okay. Unfortunately, time has run out on you on that one.
Okay.
Anybody that's willing to steal the question or use their 50-22 on this one? Going once, going twice. And for this season, Quagga Smith is with the Shizuoka Blue Revs. They used to be Yamaha
I wouldn't have
Jubilo.
gotten that one. No, it's fine.
I think you're on the right track there, JW. They used to be Yamaha Jubilo, but in the top league, but they changed their name to the Shizuoka Blue Revs for the new competition when all the teams dropped their corporate names. Next up, Angus.
Let's see. Let's go with Dan Bigger.
Going with
Go
Dan
big.
Bigger. Interception. Going once. Going twice. Angus gets to keep his Dan Bigger question. So, during the 2015 Rugby World Cup, Dan Bigger started doing a dance as part of his routine when
Macarena.
kicking for poles.
The big arena. Big arena.
The big
The
arena.
big arena, yeah.
And it was called... Oh, we're just waiting for that to come up. That was the big arena.
My master.
Right, and next up, Devon.
Oh, let me go Keith Wood.
Devon going for Keith Wood as a 3-pointer and another interception. Going once. Going twice. Devon gets to keep. In which year was Keith Wood crowned World Rugby Player of the Year?
2001.
And he was crowned in 2001.
Well done.
Devon just building up the scoreboard there. And next up, Basil.
Tim Oren.
Basil going for Tim Warren. Going big or going home. So during the 99 Rugby World Cup, Tim Warren won himself a year's supply of what for scoring the tournament's fastest stride?
Beer.
Okay.
Sure, not brand, yeah.
Unfortunately, you were close. The correct answer there, as nobody can play that, as Basil gave an answer before the 50-22.
Whiskey.
A year's supply of Guinness.
Guinness. Oh, but
That's
that's
beer.
beer.
Unfortunately, the correct answer was Guinness sponsoring that and giving him a year's worth of Guinness.
Yo.
Right, Andre Giel.
Yes, I haven't got a clue which one to take. But this is sad. Let's go with Andrew Hall.
So going for the 7 pointers for Andrew Hall. Right, so during his playing days, Andrew Hall never referred to himself as a rugby player by occupation. On many occasions, he referred to his occupation as being that of a
Bruiser.
correct answer there. A farmer.
Farmer, you know.
As his present day, he's actually gone back to the farm.
Yeah.
Interesting story that when he met his future wife on a plane full of Hurricanes players and sitting next to her, and she asked him what his occupation was, he never once told her that he was a rugby player. He referred to himself as a farmer straight through the flight, apparently. So he actually played down being a rugby player and focused on the farm, which is where he returned to in the present day. Right.
Listen,
Andre,
Richard, to be fair, with a surname like that, he had a couple of options, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
And was a hooker.
And it was a
Yeah.
You really set that up
Good
on top,
spot.
yeah.
He had no choice.
Yeah.
Right.
What's your name?
So-
Andrew, what position? Hooker.
Next up, Andre, we're running reverse order.
Yeah, Diego Dominguez.
Diego Dominguez. So 5-pointer for Diego Dominguez. So prior to moving to Italy, whom he represented on 74 occasions, Dominguez represented which other country on 2 occasions?
Argentina.
The correct answer there. Don't cry for me, it's Argentina. Right, Basil, we're back to you.
Sorry, I'm just filling up. Yes.
Yes, Basil.
I'm here. Okay, Mario Itoje.
Maro Itoje. So, in 2016, Itoje was named European Player of the Year while representing which club?
Saracens.
The correct answer there is Saracens. Right, next up, Devon.
Let's go for another 3-pointer. I'll go Redpath. Cameron Redpath.
Cameron Redpath. Right, so being the son of legendary Scottish scrummer Brian Redpath, which country did Cameron represent at junior level prior to making his test debut for Scotland?
I think I'm going to go England.
Okay, and the correct answer there is England.
Well done, man.
Right, building up the scoreboard with 6 pointers there, 3 pointers. Next up, the man in the comment section with the shoulders, Angus Opperman.
Collins and Jera.
Going for Collins Injera. Right, so Kenyan speedster Injera occupies which position on the World Rugby 7 Series all-time try scoring list?
Third.
Angus going for third. And he's currently second, as only Dan Norton has scored more 7 World Series tries than Injera. And ending off with JW, you left with 2 5-pointers.
Yeah, give me Miranda, please.
Nicolas Fernandez Miranda. So, usually seen as the understudy to Augustine Pichot, Miranda actually played Currie Cup rugby for which South African Union in 2002?
Probably going to be the Sharks.
If it's foreign players, there has to be
The
nobody else but the Sharks. Right,
Lucky me.
right, before we move on, let's quickly tally up our scores and see where we are standing. Right, so JW holding on to his lead, only just as Angus has closed the gap. It's now 24 playing 20. In second place, we've got Davin hot on their tails on 17. Andre moving up on the scoreboard hopping up to third on 12, followed by Basil on 11. Right, and next up we move to our teams section for the evening. So as we know, everybody get their dialogue pads ready. We just wait for JW, who's probably gone to for a brandy break there at the bottom. And I think he's completely disappeared there. Earth to JW.
He'll be back, hopefully.
He's got a big enough lead. Let's play without him for this question. Even things out, a handicap.
Need to catch up.
I won't mind.
Give us a bit of a handicap, man.
Self a geel kaart.
Oh, there he goes.
There he's back.
Right, welcome back from the brandy break, JW.
That's a polite word.
Perfect. Right, so everybody get their dialogue apps ready as we're playing Bomb Squad. So for the Bomb Squad, our team for this evening, so far we've had the South African team that's lost to Japan. We've had the last Australian team to win the Bledisloe Cup. This evening we've got something special planned. We've got the only Springbok team to wear a red jersey. The
Wow.
Royal Cup. So we're going to be covering the South Africa 41, Argentina 23 red jersey match. And everybody ready? We start with our bomb squad as we start with our forwards. So, on that specific day on the red jersey match, we're looking for our tight head prop, our blind side, and our 8th man.
We're starting with the prop, eh?
Yeah, you'll see on your app, number 3, the
see
questions
the
will be
numbers.
not number 3, number 7, and number 8.
Where do we?
Guys, I'm not getting questions. I'm not getting any questions on.
Refresh. I had the same problem. Hit refresh.
Okay, hit refresh, otherwise you can just WhatsApp me the answers, JW.
Oh, wait, fuck.
Right, we still got some time to close the app. As next up,
Exact.
we've got our back line.
Oh, shit. Once.
Yeah, yes. This doesn't allow us to flip an answer and close.
Okay, I think just WhatsApp me if you're having problems
Yeah,
with the app
yes.
tonight, then just quickly WhatsApp the answers. Before we get started with the next one. Okay, everybody sending WhatsApps? Perfect.
I'm through.
Very good.
Okay.
Give me a second, Richard. Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Right. I'll open up the dialogue for the second one. Our red jersey backline. So, scrum off, left wing, and fullback. I give you the rest of the team.
I can't remember this team at all.
Bad memories, eh?
Raymond Rule. This is
The only Springbok that's got a name of a WWE wrestler.
Okay, this one.
Yes, Richard. I've got the dialogue going.
Yeah, mine's
Perfect,
working now as
perfect.
well.
Hoekom is ek so sleg met name?
Okay, JW, you're winning at the bottom there.
Ag Here,
Can you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
check whether can you see whether my answers are in or not?
Nog nie, but I think just as jy wil, kan jy net gou WhatsApp om veilig te wees.
Sure, want dan wil ek jou vra om te. So ons het
Yes.
wat het ons gehad 3 6 en 3 7 8 9 11 15.
Doe maar, ek gaan jou nou reg help daar. Okay, let's move on to the bomb squad. Remember, the bomb squad players, the bench is worth 2 points. Only 2 players, but they can make up 40% of the total points for this round.
Oh shit. Oh, there you go.
20. 20.
Oh, jette. Jette.
oh, fuck, I didn't even take notice of the other names in the team, so I have no idea what to put, you know.
20.
I'm just putting names now. Ha! Well done, Phil.
Right, so before we go back,
I guess 20 now. I have no clue, to be honest.
Does anybody know what the significance was of the red jersey?
Yeah,
so basically
it was
what
for the
happened
flags.
was it was a marketing
Ah,
it was the marketing for ASICS for the year. So what they did was they took the South African flag and every piece of kit of the Springbok team in that year had a color, represented the color of the flag. So for instance, they had a yellow, one of the training kits was blue and yellow, or white for the socks, for instance. And they had also had a black kit. And then the red was the one color that they still wanted to represent, and they decided to make that the away jersey for the year. We were actually supposed to play Ireland in that one, but that also never occurred, as they just decided to rather wear their away jersey in that one.
yeah. Good decision.
Welcome back, Angus. And let's see if everybody's online. And let's go through our team so far. So we're just going to quickly go through our WhatsApp and through our dialogue to see what our answers was. So for the first one, JW.
It's showing up now. Yeah, I thought it wasn't showing up.
So you gave us Frans Malherbe as your first answer there.
Yes, go with my first answer, please. Yeah.
Okay, and Angus going for Ruan Dreyer. We've got on the other side Andre going for Frans Malherbe. We've got Basil going, not giving us a number 3 there, and Devin giving us, if I just check, Kuri Oosthuizen.
Yeah.
So the correct answer there, as our cited prop for the day, was Kuri Oosthuizen.
That was a lucky guess.
So Devin getting our point there.
That
It
was
worked out,
good.
man.
Yeah,
Right.
they'll count. You're right. They'll count the same, man.
I don't think I watched this game.
Next up, we've got Angus giving us Peter Steph de Toey as our 7. JW giving us Jean-Luc Depree. Devin going for Francois Lowe. JW going for Jaco Kriel. And Basil going for Peter Steph. Correct answer on that one was Jaco Kriel. So JW scoring that
Yes,
one there.
sorry, no, go with my
Later
first
was
answer.
blur, to be honest.
Go with my first
Yeah.
answer. As it gaan het op die app. If it went through on the app,
Skie,
take the app answer. Don't go with the WhatsApp answer. The WhatsApp's
Okay.
was a rush thing, so that's my first answer.
Okay, no worries. So let's quickly correct that one there. Right, and our number 8. Angus going
I
for
wanted to say.
Warren Whiteley. There's JW going for Dwayne Vermeulen. Then we've got Basil going for Dwayne Vermeulen. Devin going for
Same.
Dwayne Vermeulen. And Andre Geel going for Dwayne Vermeulen. So a full house for Dwayne Vermeulen. Gents, I want you to please take this one in.
Ach, no.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I actually typed it
We
and
all,
deleted
we
it.
all need half a point. You know that Dwayne should have started there. Don't blame
We all
us for
forget.
calculations.
We all forget that this actually did happen at some point in time.
Why?
I thought the back line was bad, but now I see the pack of forward.
Right, so let's go for our scrum off. So JW going for Franco Hoogaard, Devin going for Franco Hoogaard, Andre and everybody else going for what's his name? Dros Kroenier. I almost forgot about that one. And let's see who's scoring there. Correct answer there is Franco Hoogaard.
This round sucks.
Jeez, this was a solid team list.
Right, so
was
we're
any
going for
champions?
our left wing. So Angus going for Courtnall Scorsan. JW
Oh, yeah.
going for Courtnall Scorsan. Andre going for Mvovo. Devin going for Scorsan. And Basil going for
Nobody.
nobody. The correct answer there is it's not Franco Hoogaard, but it is Courtnall Scorsan.
I started to hit
A
a bit
point
of a
at
panic.
least. I got a point.
I started to hit a bit of a panic when I saw Raymond Wolf's name. Then I started trying to think of every single Lions player that made their debut that year. But my answers had already been sent.
It was everybody.
Oh,
That was exactly
Did you
my,
see
that was my
all
logic
Lions
as well.
players?
That was all my logic as well, exactly.
But
I would
my
Lions players all the way.
Yeah.
maar cool was deur die kerk. It was too late for me to go
Yeah.
and correct
Lions.
all those
Yeah.
errors.
Followed the same logic.
Right,
wasn't
so
there, eh?
we've got our fullback. We've got Andre going for Billy Leroux. Oh, sorry, going for Pat Lambie on that one. Angus going for Andries Coetzee. JW going for Billy Leroux. And Basil going for Billy Leroux. Oh, actually, it's not. Let's just check that. Yeah, going Billy Leroux. The correct answer there is
Andries.
Andries Coetzee.
Fuck a boo-boos.
What a team.
And if everybody
Fucking
wonders
boo-boos.
where Andries Coetzee is these days, he's playing for Benetton.
Ah.
Let's go for number 20. So
Rainbow
Devin
Cup winner.
going for
Yeah.
going for Jean-Luc Depree. Andre going for Loot. Angus saying he's got no clue there. Basil not giving us one there. And if we check up on JW, he gave us Jean-Luc Depree. The correct answer there is Jean-Luc
Well done, guys.
Depree.
Done that.
And then finally, number 23. So Devin going for Jesse Creel. Andre going for Billy Leroux. Angus going for Francois Steyn. JW going for Jan Serfontein. And Basil, okay, Basil not giving us one there. So different answers given by everybody. Who's on the money for this one? Damien Linda.
Actually, Ben
Best
just
best question ever. Just as long as we all get it wrong.
Yeah, true. It's like we all get it wrong.
No winner.
Right, so before we move on to our next round,
I got nothing.
so if we look at our points at the moment, so JW extending his lead to 28. We've got a new second place participant, Devin, moving up into second place on 23. Angus actually hot on his heels on 22. Andre on 13 and Basil on 11. Catch up for the next round. As we're going to move into our players round. And just double check everything, making sure we've not missed everything. Perfect. So for our teams round, sorry for that, we're going to have JW going first. Davin moving up into our second move there. Angus third. Andre, and we will be turning with Basil at the bottom there. So if we get ready for our teams round, I present to you our teams. JW, the floor is yours.
Give me the Lions, British and Irish Lions, 5.
5 points for the British and Irish Lions. And we've got an intercept. Anybody wanting to intercept the British and Irish Lions for 5 points? Going once.
Yeah, I will.
Davin decides he's going to intercept the British and Irish Lions. Davin, so
Make it tough. Make it tough.
Get this one right, you get the 5 points. Get this one wrong, JW pockets the 5 points. So name the only Tier 2 nation to have beaten the British and Irish Lions in an official test match.
Tier 2.
South Scotland.
Argentina.
Davin going for Argentina.
They're not Tier 2 though.
Correct answer there was Fiji. So JW.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
For the interception.
That's lekker.
And Davin, we are back with you. So give us a go.
Let's try Sail Sharks.
Davin going for Sail Sharks. So keeping it on the 5 pointers. So which former England Test player is the all-time top point scorer for the Sail Sharks?
Charlie Hodgson. You can picture the guy. Charlie Hodgson. Yeah.
And that's Charlie Hodgson. So Davin actually evening out the 5 points, the missed interception there. Next up, we've got Angus.
Let's go Western Force.
Angus going for Western Force. So our 5 pointers in the middle being taken up. So after their exclusion from Super Rugby in 2018, Force backer Andrew Forrest created a new competition for them to compete in, which folded after one round in 2020. What was this competition called?
I remember this, but fuck no, I can't. It was fuck, I know this. Why? No.
And it's a
I know
50-22.
this
Anybody
I know
wants to
this
take their 50-22s?
I know this answer.
Going once, going twice for the 50-22. No takers. And the correct answer there was Global Rapid Rugby.
Yeah,
That's why it failed.
bloody hell. I knew it, but
Struggled with that.
It was on the tip of my tongue there.
yeah, exactly. Same here.
Andre.
I'm so stuffed here. Let's go big, eh? Racing 92, Racing.
Racing 92. So a 7 pointer. So after current racing president or Jackie Lorenzetti took over, they won their first title under him in the 2008-9 season. Which competition did they win?
I'm going to go with Heineken Cup.
Okay, giving us an answer before the 50-22 there. And the answer there is, as we wait for that to come up,
Pro D2.
Pro D2.
Giving too much credit.
Actually, if you think about them coming all the way from Pro D2 up to where they are now. Next up,
Being able to
Basil.
afford Trevor Nyakane for a Pro D2 team.
Basil.
Ireland.
Ireland. Basil going for Ireland as a 5-pointer there. So, in 1967, Ireland became the first home nation to win a test match in the Southern Hemisphere, believe it or not. In which country did they claim their first win, or claim that win?
Australia.
And Basil giving us an answer before that 50-22. The correct answer there is Australia.
Good
Always
guess.
the Aussies.
And
Yeah.
we will be turning with you, Basil, as you've got the next one. You've got 7 pointers and a whole range of 3 pointers at the bottom still.
Give me the Flying Fijians.
Going big or going home? Basil going for 7-pointer for the Flying Fijians. So, what's the name of the traditional war dance performed by the Flying Fijians team before a test match?
Oh, I knew I should have listened to that. No idea. Can't tell you.
Right, so that means if you're unable to give us an answer, we'll wait for your time and open it up for 50-22.
50-22.
Andre Gill going for the 50-22.
Tell me I was muted.
The CB.
Andre going for the CB. The correct answer there is
Well
the
done.
CB.
Well done, Andre.
Well played, Andre.
Well done.
And that means after a well taken 50-22, Andre, you get the ensuing line out. You're up next.
Oh, yes. You know, I'm going to expose. How about we go to Fiji Drua?
Andre going for the Fijian Drua. Keeping it Pacific. So, prior to the Super Rugby entry, which competition did the Fijian Drua win in 2018?
Oh, the Australian, that domestic Australian competition that they had. Oh,
Okay.
I don't know the name, but it's not that Super Rugby Cup. The local national competition.
I will give you 2 points for that, as we did the same last week for Kenneth, the National Rugby Championship. So can't get the full 3, but we're giving you something for that, as it is the correct competition. Next up, Angus.
Let's go with the Bulls.
Angus going with the Bulls. Anybody willing to intercept
Yeah.
Angus?
I'll intercept the.
JW deciding to use his intercept on Angus.
Just because you're not asking me questions there, Richard.
Well, yes, Falconer. So, how many Super Rugby titles
3
have the Bulls
points.
won in total?
Oh, man.
Okay, the correct answer is 4, but the real answer is 3.
Okay, you've given me the correct answer. You said the correct answer is 4. So I'll give you the 3 for 4. As
the
in
last
the
one
record
count?
John de
books-
Villiers, what an intercept, eh? Yeah.
Right, so next up, Devon. You've got two 3-pointers and a 7-pointer on top.
I'll give Greek Quiz a go.
You think Greek was a go at the bottom there for 3 points. How many Currie Cup titles have Griquas won during their 135-year history?
Yeah.
Your big one.
It's 2 or 3. I'm going to go 3. I'll go 3.
Kevin going for 3 Currie
It's
Cup
not that it's
titles.
2. It's not that it's 2.
Not 3.
Ah!
Wow,
It's
really?
3.
Well done.
50-50 coin toss.
A border 1 2. Greek was 3.
JW,
The border
You've
went
got-
okay.
it's either going big or we're building up on the scoreboard.
Between Cardiff and Chiefs, I don't know anyone. Let's go Chiefs.
JW going for Chiefs at the bottom. Name the official title sponsor of the Chiefs rugby team.
Gallagher.
Correct answer there is Gallagher. Right, so that means before we move on to our next round, let's tally up the scores and see where we are standing. So some changes going up on the scoreboard there. JW actually extending his lead a bit from that round after a unsuccessful intercept by Devon and a successful intercept by JW, moving up to 39. Devon in second place on 31. And then making quite a big comeback. Tied on third, we've got Angus and Andre, both on 22, followed by Basil, that needs to make up some ground on 16. Right, so let's move on to our next game, our TMO referral. So, gentlemen, get your keypads ready. So, for the 22 TMO referral, all answered on dialogue. This is our spin on a true or false. So, you're going to be given 5 statements that I make, and you need to tell me are those statements true, which in fact is a try, or false, no try. So get that straight. If you are agreeing with me, it's a try. If you say I'm talking absolute nonsense, it's no try. Everybody get their apps ready and let's go. Decision number 1. Dan Carter became the first player to win Man of the Match in the World Cup final and World Rugby Player of the Year during the same year in 2015.
It's too good to be true.
Giving our gentlemen some time to actually think about this one for a change.
Too good to be true.
Decision number 2. Current Wales head coach Wayne Pivac has actually tasted Rugby World Cup success in 2005 when he guided Fiji to the 2005 Rugby World Cup Sevens title. And just catching up, Dylan actually reminding us that Uzair Kasim was a scarlet legend himself.
Yeah.
Another success story in Wales.
I actually remembered another success story in Wales that we tend to forget. Who remembers the name George Earl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Decision number 3. In between representing Samoa in 3 consecutive Rugby World Cups from 91 to 99, flanker Junior Paramore also represented New Zealand in the inaugural Rugby World Cup Sevens in 1993.
Is it a trick question?
Trick
Or is
question?
it?
Or is it?
Double bluff.
Just
Dylan
the
making, and another piece of trivia, Dylan making us remember that Raymond Rule is not the only one that's got some form of WWE connection, as Todd Clever also tried out for WWE at some point in time. Next, moving on to decision number 4. Since the inception of the Gallagher Premiership in 1987, Harlequins, Leicester Tigers, Bath and Wasp have appeared in every season to date.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, toughy.
Mm-hmm. Should have put Saracens there.
Yeah.
Putting Saracens there would have made it way too easy. Because in
Absolutely.
fact, actually, in the early 90s, Saracens were actually a championship side.
Yeah, true.
And decision number 5. The first official test match played by the Italian rugby team was a 9-0 loss to Spain in 1929.
I can't remember that game.
I remember it well. Yeah.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Locked and loaded.
I
All
say,
right,
I don't know what I did here now.
Hey, that might be true, and it wasn't even kicks, because the try scored was only 3 points back then.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Well, gentlemen,
And
let's
then
get-
also isn't that point that Italy shouldn't be in the Six Nations? South Africa, we wouldn't have lost then.
we would never have lost to Spain.
Never.
Well,
Yeah,
let's quickly
not
get
9
through our
goals.
answers. So, Dan Carter became the first player to win man of the match in a Rugby World Cup final. Devin saying that's absolute nonsense. Then we've got Andre Hill also saying that it's absolute nonsense. Everybody except Basil saying that I'm talking nonsense there. And that is, in fact, no try.
Oh,
As-
Dan Carter's never accurate.
Thierry Dusautoir was the first
Dusautoir.
person, yes.
Yeah, 4 years before.
Exactly. 4 years before, that belonged to Thierry Dusautoir. Then our decision number 2.
Oh.
Wales head coach Wayne Pivac tasting Rugby World Cup success with the Flying Fijians or the Fijian Sevens. Davin saying it's true. Andre saying that it's true. JW and Angus actually saying that's nonsense. And Basil saying that's true. Gentlemen, Wayne Pivac is a Rugby World Cup winner in the 7 side with the Fijians in 2005.
We just stick to
Last
17.
time he wins a World Cup, yeah.
So, in between representing Samoa in 3 consecutive Rugby World Cups from 91 to 99, flanker Junior Paramore also represented New Zealand in the Rugby World Cup 7s in 1993. Davin saying that that is in fact true. Everybody else, and Basil also saying it's true. Everybody else saying that's okay. No, sorry, I'm misreading there. Angus saying that it's true, calling it a try. JW calling it a try. Andre saying no try. That is in fact a try, as he did in fact represent the All Blacks in the first ever international Rugby World Cup 7s, in between representing Samoa. Right,
I
so
read
we've
it up
got
this
Angus
morning.
versus Giel. Oh, you read it up this morning. Somebody studying there. Right, and then since the inception of the Gallagher Premiership in 1987, only Harlequins, Leicester Tigers, Bath and Wasps have appeared in every season to date. So, Davin saying that that is a fact, that it did happen. Andre calling it a try. JW saying, no, that's nonsense. Angus calling it a try, and Basil calling it a try. Gentlemen, that would have been true, except for the Droll and the Drinkwater, which is Harlequins that has
Harlequins,
actually been
yeah.
relegated. So that is no try.
I actually changed my
So-
answer there. I said no try, and then I
Yeah.
butchered it there.
Live sports reactions coming live from Fantasy Rugby TV Banter. Imtiaz that says Angus and Giel, an internal match going on here tonight. Imtiaz, it's tight. That's all I can tell you at the moment. And moving on to our last one, the first official test match played by the Italian rugby team was a 9-0 loss to Spain in 1929. Davin saying that didn't happen. Andre saying it didn't happen. JW says, why not? It's the Italians. Angus saying, sure, it could have happened. Basil saying it did happen. Gentlemen, try or no try?
It happened.
That
That time.
did in fact happen. Italy lost their
Italy,
first
come on.
ever test match against Spain. That is Italy, yes.
Well
But
done,
as we
Spain.
said, Italy's growing the game, gents. Don't forget about that. Right, so before we move on to our Rugby Showdown board, which is an anything goes section, let's recap our scores at the moment. JW moving up to 43 points. Davin closing that gap. Actually, no, yeah, the gap remaining the same, as it's 43 plays 34, followed by Angus on 25, Andre on 24, and Basil on 19. Right, gents, this is going to be our last do or die round before the playoffs. So our running order will be for this round. It's going to be JW, Devin, Angus, Andre, and Basil. So let's get going with our showdown board. JW, up first. The ball is in your court.
Give me a family feud there, please.
JW going for a family feud. So, my late twin brother Massimo played with me at club and international level for Italy. Who am I?
Yeah. Massimo Cotita.
And you gave that to me just before the 50-22 went? And you said Massimo Cotita.
Yeah.
It was Massimo was my clue there. It was Marcello Cotita.
Sorry about that.
Massimo was the prop and Marcello was the wing. But let's move on. And Devin,
Weird
you're
combo.
up next.
Let's go for Identity Crisis. Let's go for a big one here.
Identity Crisis, 7 points there. So, Devin, it's up to you to name the player.
Lewis Liner.
And that is
It's Lewis Liner.
Lewis Liner.
Nice.
So, great 7 pointer there by Devin. Next up, Angus. Sorry, we're just waiting for the screen to come back.
Give me Who Wore Me. Let's go big.
Angus going big for Who or Me. Sean will be proud of you if you get this one right tonight. There you go, Angus. Ball's in your court.
I'd say Crusaders.
You know what, Angus? Front Shop Pino's going to be disappointed in you.
Saracens.
Yes.
Inwood nogal.
Yeah.
What a sponsor.
Andre.
Yeah. I didn't look up the women's rugby today, so I'm going to have to give that one a skip. Let's go with, yes, like home ground advantage. Why not? Let's go big. No.
Andre going big, home ground advantage. Ooh. So the only people that can intercept is Angus or Basil at this point in time.
Can I intercept?
Do it. Do it.
Go for it.
Basil intercepting that one. So Basil, get this right. The points are yours. Get this wrong. Andre gets the full 7. Who's the home team?
Name the team.
No, I want the home team, yes.
Yes. Ay.
Andre
Well,
breathing a sigh of relief there. And time is up. Which means Andre gets this full 7 points. The team there is
It's somewhere in America.
Yeah, must be.
It's somewhere in America. It's the New England Free Jacks home ground.
Oh, the Jacks.
Shit, I had that. And man, I needed that.
Oh, op kak praat JW.
Die enigste
Okay.
span wat ek ken in Amerika. Fuck.
Sorry, wat sê jy?
Die enigste span in Amerika wat ek ken is die New England Free Jacks.
Is it? Okay, next up Basil. So, you're recovering from your failed interception. You're up
Oh.
next.
Silverware.
Basil going for silverware. Name the trophy.
Tri Nations.
Close but no cigar. That belongs to the Six Nations.
Halfway right.
I would have loved to go that.
And we are running reverse order, which means Basil, you're up next again.
Oh, really? World Cup Legacy.
World Cup Legacy. So for World Cup legacy, I give you the finishing positions of a team. I want you to name the nation.
Tougher than it looks.
Can I register 5022?
I say tape.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Actually, JW called that first. I'll give that to JW first if you want to. JW, you want to take that? Otherwise, it belongs to Angus.
It's mine. I say Ivory Coast.
JW going for Ivory
What's
Coast. And the correct answer there is Ivory Coast.
Nice.
Basil, we are running. Okay, sorry, we ran reverse order with you, which means Andre, you're up next.
Let's go. Let's give the ladies a go. Beautiful game. 5 points.
Beautiful game, 5 points. So, which nation was part of the Women's Six Nations from 2000 to 2006 before being replaced by Italy in 2007?
Spain.
And that happens to be
Well done,
Spain.
Andre.
On a roll.
And up next, which means Angus. We've got a few more to go. Angus, you're up next.
Give me 7 minutes in heaven. I need all the points I can get, so go big.
Angus going for 5 points. So, which country holds a unique record of having won a Rugby World Cup Sevens crown, but has yet to win a Cup final in a World Seven Series?
Wales.
Angus going for Wales. And the correct answer there is Wales.
No, man,
Excellent answer. Well done.
Richard,
Cool.
you only put so many Wales questions in to appease them. After this.
Welsh, you mean full
Is it-
BB?
You only put them in. You gave them some recognition.
Well, we have to.
He's
I
just
mean,
going to piss you off, Andre.
well, we need to grow the game if they're not going to do it. So, I mean, it's up to us to do it.
Fucking bunch of
Right.
lemon.
Next up, so we are left with 3 pointers. JW and Davin. So, Davin, you're going to go first. You've got your 3 pointers left.
Yeah, I'll try the league converts.
League converts. And that's an intercept. So,
I'll play
we've
my
got
intercept.
Andre
Intercept.
playing
I'll take
his
it.
intercept. Andre already played it. Sorry, Angus. So, Andre, after representing the All Blacks at the 91 Rugby World Cup, which country did Vaiga Twigamala represent at the 95 Rugby League World Cup?
Ooh. I'm going to go with Samoa.
And the answer there is we've had a successful interception there with
Yeah,
Andre
well done.
Thank Andre.
Andre.
Well
going
done.
on Samoa
Good job.
there. Right, and that means we are left JW. Traitorism or tier 2 or 3 rugby?
Give me a traitorism there, please.
JW going for traitorism. So, which former Wales and All Blacks fullback was involved in the controversial Granny Gate scandal in 2000? After which it was uncovered he never had a Welsh granny and was ineligible to represent Wales.
There should be some small shit. That's proper honorable.
Okay, and we've only got Davin and Angus that
Take
can
it.
play their 50-20. Who's taking that?
I'll take it.
Davin,
I'm guessing now.
Angus
I was
going for
thinking-
that one.
Yeah, go for it.
Angus?
I think it's Gareth Anscombe. No, shit.
No,
Shame.
Sorry, that was Shane Howarth.
couldn't
Right,
come up with
so-
the last name, but yeah.
That means
No.
we are done with our showdown round, and let's tally up the scores. Oh, and it got tight at the end there. So let's update the scores and give our gentlemen time to actually take this in. As I promise you, gents, this was a really, really tight one at the end. That was a brilliant last showdown round by Andre in terms of closing up that gap. If you just give me a second.
You busy giving us varsity cup scores there.
And going
Gonna
into our final round, Andre with a fantastic round there, but just falling short as we got JW
Sure.
on 46, Davin on 41, Andre 39, Angus 30, and Basil on 19. Which means moving on to our playoff round, we will have JW and Andre. And
Well
Davin.
done, boys.
Gentlemen, remember, don't go anywhere as you are still going to be liable or eligible to be our medical jokers. So, moving on to our playoff round. How the playoff works, we give you 6 questions, 3 questions per player. There's no 50-22s or interceptions available on this round, sorry. And we've got our medical jokers coming into practice here. So, what this means is, Andre, Angus, and Basil, you're going to be at the disposal of JW and Davin, where they get to use you to answer one of the questions if they stuck. So each player is allowed to ask one eliminated player for assistance on one question, and you may only be used once, which means if, for instance, JW decides to use Andre, then it means Davin can't use him as well. So before we get going, JW, you are leader. Do you want to go first or second in our playoff round?
I choose first, please.
JW deciding to go first. So that means we've got our running order. And we've got our board, which means we've got our mystery question worth 7 points. Our 2 questions worth 5 and 3 at the bottom worth 3. JW, are you going to build the points or are you going to go big?
I'm going Graham Henry.
Going for Graham Henry. So, after losing to Ireland by 54-10 in the opening round of the 2002 Six Nations, Graham Henry was replaced as Wales head coach. Who replaced him as head coach of Wales?
Gatland.
Going for Warren Gatland that replaced Graham Henry. Believe it or not, replacing Graham Henry as Wales head coach
Handsome.
was Steve Hansen.
Yeah. Forgot about him. Sorry.
Davin, we are moving on to you.
Oh, I got to go Colin Meads. Let me try that.
Davin going for Colin Meads. So keeping up with the 5 pointers. So what nickname was given to the late Colin Meads during his playing days?
Pine Tree.
And the correct answer there is Pine Tree. Right, so that means moving on, we've got 2 questions each left. We are tied. JW on 46, Davin on 46. JW, balls in your court.
Give me that home ground advantage, like in the previous one.
JW going for home ground advantage. So, can you name the home team?
Harlequins.
Going for Harlequins. The correct answer there is Edinburgh. That was Muddyfield in the background. Davin, going big or playing it safe?
I want to play it safe. I'll go for France, Le Bleu.
Going for Le Bleu. So, name the current kit provider for the France national team's jersey.
Jeez. Adidas.
The correct answer there is Le Coq Sportif.
The most obvious one.
Gents, there's people here who can help you.
Remember that, gents. You've got the help of
Sorry.
your. So we're moving on
Point of
to
Too late.
Did you know that?
JW.
Okay. Going for the big 7-pointer mystery question. My only hope.
JW going for the mystery question.
Big. Or not.
So our mystery question worth 7 points. So our mystery question is a who or me?
Oh, jeez.
Andre, can you help me?
I'm gonna say leopards, eh? That's my guess.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Andre.
Going for leopards. And it was
Ha!
Border Bulldogs.
Andre, you owe me, eh?
Yeah, fuck. Sorry, man. After
Right,
waving my
Devin.
hands like that.
Balls
It's
in
up to you
your
now.
court. Get this right, you're into the final. Get this wrong, and we move to extra time.
Sevens.
7
I
minutes.
can't believe it comes
11.
down to sevens question.
Name the only player to have won multiple Sevens World Player of the Year titles.
Angus, answer it for me. I got no idea.
Kenny Baker.
You going with Angus's answer or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jammer, yeah.
I apologize so long if I'm wrong.
It's all right. I wouldn't have.
The
I would have
correct
probably
answer
gone
there
Serena
was.
anyway.
If we get that back to you, we've just had a bit of a malfunction there. As the correct answer is, as we've got some tension building up.
You're
I
going the
feel
right
do that on
way.
purpose, eh?
Hey,
The correct answer there was.
the suspense, Richard. The suspense.
The suspense going on there. Yes, let me just get that back. I apologize for the suspense. I did not plan this.
Put me out of my misery, please. Come on.
Come on.
Come on. Not a
I
radio show.
apologize. This was not planned.
Shit.
The correct
Do it
answer there
again.
for our 7 minutes 11. As we need to know what's happening here.
I saw it.
Got it.
You owe me a brandy,
Yes,
Gary
boss.
Baker.
Oh, yeah, couple there.
Jammer,
Excellent.
yeah. You're gonna do
Yeah,
it.
that's fine. Hey,
Would have gone for
Devin,
some
well done.
Fijian.
Well done,
Well
Devin,
done.
and also Andre. I wanted to go Border Bulldogs before asking you.
Sorry.
Right, so
The
right.
question will
at the
forever be:
end-
did you do that on purpose?
I would have got you Edinburgh.
Oh
'Cause
shit!
they've got the dual field because it's the field outside the
yeah,
Edinburgh
but
Stadium.
so do Harlequins. They play on the stoop, and I
they
couldn't
play on
I
the
couldn't
Twickenham
quite
stoop,
figure
yeah.
out on the back end there. So yeah, that's what I. But yeah, it should have been Bulldogs. And listen, Devin, well done. That was a
Thanks.
That was
Right,
a
right.
brilliant final round
Like
there,
a
Devin.
contest. Like a contest. Yeah, it was cool.
So,
Right,
Devin,
that's a good one.
we will see you in the final. And unfortunately, the score, JW, you're falling just short of kicking Adrian out of the best runner-up spot. So Adrian's still remaining our best runner-up. And next week, we will finalize our pool play. So Devin, well done, and we will see you in the final. Thank you,
Thanks.
James.
Well done, David.
Thanks.
Well
well
done.
done, Devin. Well done,
Come on,
Richard. Great quiz. Thanks.
Thank
Yeah.
you, James.
I enjoyed
As
this.
we've
This
got
lekker.
Brilliant.
a fire session by Live Sports Reactions going on. Thanks, James. And
Cheers.
we will see you next week.
Thanks, Richard.
Cheers, guys.